everybody, and welcome to Casa de Leon. I'm Ronnie, and today we're going to be looking at this little space that I'm using as a grow room. We are in the basement of Casa de Leon, and when we moved in, both of these shelving units were already here, which is amazing. I'm so thankful for them. And because they were here, because this is a small space with not a whole lot of storage in it, actually our water softener system is right here beside the camera that you can't see. So this is a really good place for me to start my grow room. I'll be using these two different shelves in different ways. As you can see, this shelf here has heat mats on it. The heat mats I got from Amazon. They come in packs of 2 for like $20 or $25 each. And this shelf over here will not have heat mats on it. Side note, don't worry about this. We're gonna organize these cords. They're not a fire hazard. These are all very safe. It's fine, it's fine. But you should be careful in your own home to make sure that you're doing it safely. Right now, we've only planted asparagus that needs the heat mats. You can see these little guys here. They have been alive about 4 weeks. I continue moving the light, which I also bought from Amazon. I think they were around $25 each. Keep moving that up as they grow. So they're only about 1 inch or 2 above the plants at all times. You can see these guys here leaning a little bit towards the light, so I've been sure to rotate the tray to prevent that as much as possible. Right now, our asparagus is the only thing on the shelf, so I've got it running the length of the shelf. But once we get more seed trays planted, I'm gonna have more trays than I have mat space. So I plan on moving all of my trays long ways, just keeping in mind that some of these edge spaces may not get the heat that they need. The heat mat does an excellent job. You can see here that the asparagus are at 81, almost 82 degrees sitting on that heat mat. So they are very happy where they are. This other shelf will be used for seedlings that do not need heat to germinate. We've got a lot of frost-hardy plants that we'll be planting. For example, right now, all we have there are onions, both green onion and bulb onion, but there are lots of plants that we're going to be planting that are frost-hardy. They do well in the cold. For example, our kales, broccolis, lavender just needs the heat mat long enough to germinate, then it can be moved off, and several other flowers work that way as well. So we'll have plenty of things to put on this shelf that don't need the heat mat. This shelf also has a shop light up top for the top layer. I have a couple of Amazon lights. There are a few more lights on their way from Amazon. I think they were actually delivered earlier. They may be at the front door. So we are almost ready for the bulk of our seeds to get started. I want to take a minute and remind you that you don't need a setup like this to start seeds indoors. People put containers on refrigerators and in windowsills, and they grow seeds indoors like that all the time. I've even heard people say that you can start seeds in the oven. If you put your tray in there, whether that's cells or a reused container of some sort, stick it in the stove, close the door, leave the light on, and in a couple of days your seeds should sprout. So there are many, many ways to do this with whatever you have at home. For me, this is what worked. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope seeing my setup was helpful for you. If you have tips on seed starting and your setup, drop them in the comments. Let's learn from each other. If you're not yet subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell so that you get notifications when we put out new videos, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more content. Let's grow together. See you soon.